In this episode, we'll share with you one of the few campsites that we found within easy reach of the centre of Amsterdam for a multi-day stay in either a camper van or a motorhome. And visiting family here has given us the ability to share with you some of the sense of city life from a resident's point of view, as well as what it has to offer as a visitor. So stay with us as we share our rough guide to this cosmopolitan location and see if it's worth staying for an extended period in Amsterdam. Welcome to the channel. That's Harry, our camper van, and that's me, Jane, and here's Stu, and we love to share with you our van life adventures. If you'd watched the last episode, you'd have seen us as we arrived at Gaasper Campground. To be honest, we struggled to find many other campsites that had easy public transport to commute to the centre and a good rating review. So if you have any suggestions, we would really love to hear them, so let us know in the comments as we're likely to be visiting regularly in the future. When you first arrive, you have to wait at the gate before being shown to your pitch and then booking into reception. And I have to say, it seems really well organised. And that's a great electric bike for him to get around on. And although it's just out of season, it's still fairly busy. Over the 5 nights that we stopped there, we felt that this location is a great place to stop and we'll definitely be back in the future. Although I must say that I would probably not want to be there at peak season.
I was going to think about this place, but I don't think you fit behind a tree. Because normally if you would park on that side, no, that's...
I can go and I'll be better in reverse.
No, we'll go one back.
One back there, one there, yeah.
After a quick debate on which pitch suited Harry, we were soon sorted.
Yeah, okay, so...
That's great. Where's the
on
power?
that side is the electricity, I guess, 164.
164, okay.
Showers and toilets are there.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
And please no carpets on the grass, no mats.
No, it's alright.
Okay, I'll bring your driver's license to the reception and then you can do
on
the check.
paid, yeah. Reception down that way, is it?
Yeah, where we just came in.
Okay, that's great.
Okay,
Thank you very much, thank you. That's alright, isn't it?
As you can see, it's a great pitch with a bit of shade, and we soon set up the chairs and relax. There's a small shop on the site that serves fresh bread and pastries each day, and there's also a restaurant when it's in season. There's also a couple of toilet and shower blocks, all of which were regularly cleaned and kept tidy by the staff while we were there. Now you need to buy tokens for the showers and laundry facilities at reception, and they'll buy back the tokens that you don't use when you leave. It's quite a large site, so in peak season we can see that it would be really busy, so I suspect it's wise to book in advance. And because Harry's so small, it doesn't take us long to get set up and enjoy the rest of the day.
So we're just out for a walk this morning. The site's really nice. It's not cheap, but we were struggling to find a good one with good reviews in Amsterdam. They're all fairly expensive, I'll be honest with you. But it's got all the facilities you want. We need to be in a campsite because we're visiting family, as I said, for 5 days. So we needed a base to be able to leave Harry. In fact, we'll be staying at Jane's son's tonight. So we needed a place where the van's secure anyway. But at the back of the campsite, there's this parkland area. I want to say Gaasper Park, I think it is, but I'll put it all on the video. At the back of it there's a lake, so it's just this huge area of just walklands, and you can go for picnics, etc. So lovely place to chill out, especially in the heat with the trees and the shadows. It's a good way. We had a good night last night, sleep wise. It was hot. Again, the window fan came into its own. It was probably the hottest night we had last night, more humid. It was very still air. So yeah, we're just having a morning on our own, and then we're going to catch the metro across town. Now as the walk progressed, I as ever was ahead of Jane, leading the way. Now the only thing you need to watch out for is where you walk, as I took a wrong path and stumbled straight into a naturist area. Fortunately it was early and quiet, but when faced with a gentleman striding across the grass naked and me with a camera in my hand, I realised how that may be viewed. Put it this way, you wouldn't want it as a wart on your face, so I retreated fast to warn Jane.
Oh dear, if only Stu had used Google Translate. Nude recreational area, no swimming. Luckily I was taking a picture and Stu walked straight into it and then walked straight out again.
Thinking, what the hell's that? I'm like, I know what that is.
We have seen so many spiders on this trip and it's now becoming an obsession. But you have to admit it's a thing of beauty. He's there, found him. The elusive spider. He's been to France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and he's just about to go on another journey. He'll probably just climb straight back on.
I don't know if I'll go more, he managed to retract his legs fast enough.
A quick brunch before we leave and Stu tries Dutch cheese and a baguette. Getting around the city is really easy and the metro station is a 5-minute walk from the campsite. It's so easy to travel and the tap on, tap off with contactless payment makes the whole experience almost enjoyable. There is then the tram system which crisscrosses the city and hopping on and off is so quick. And of course, if you're into your cycling, then this is the city for you. I'm sure as anyone that's been to Amsterdam will tell you that you have to be careful when you cross the road, but you do soon learn when it's the right time to do so. Although we would have hated to take Harry through the city, as the priority hierarchy is a little stressful at the junctions. Walking is the best way to get down those side streets and alleys, as that is where this city comes to life with its character. This is where having more time to explore outside the main tourist attractions is needed in our view. There was a couple of nights that we didn't spend at the campsite, as we stayed at Matt and Emily's flat. And we even caught up on the washing.
Steady going to crazy.
And it was great to bond with little Milo, as he's the newest member of our growing clan. And Amsterdam always looks like it's a great city to bring up a family. They share their local area with us, which is not far from the centre. This amazing little bread van is there every day that we've been here serving the locals. We go on a guided tour of the local area, which is not far from the centre. And we go to Matt and Emily's favourite local bar, which is a great place for a cool beer and to watch canal life. With a babysitter sorted, we're treated to a culinary delight of a multi-course tasting menu. Everything was of the highest quality, and we noticed that in many of the Amsterdam restaurants.
Crust.
We've been blessed with good weather again. It seems a really well thought out place and has lots of green spaces with both formal parklands and wilder areas. There's local markets in the squares and it allows you to see the produce on offer to the local residents as well as tourists. And it goes without saying there are shops of all sorts throughout the city.
So we're just walking down to the Apple store. Jane's battery has got a problem where it's not lasting basically, so we're going to have it replaced. We've just passed in the Riijks museum, which we'll go into later. So we spent a couple of days with family, our new grandson Milo, and which is great. We're seeing them in a couple of days time. They're going for a short break into a forest area, so we're going to go with them and camp nearby. So it's good to see how, I guess, the people in Amsterdam live, because that's further out of the centre. Today we've come into the centre. I say the Riijks Museum we're going to do, and also once we've been to the Apple store to fix Jane's battery, we're probably going to do a trip on a touristy boat trip. But it's a good way to see it in the save us having to walk around.
I've got to say that from a distance these looked real. And as you can see, they're a bit random, but they're a bit Amsterdam too. We drop my phone off at Apple and wait.
While we're waiting for the battery fix, we have to treat ourselves. Jane's trying to get into coffee. I'm having ginger ale and banana bread, and you're having lemon and poppy and latte, which looks horrible.
If you enjoy our channel, please subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow. So please give us a like and a comment, as we really love to hear from you. With the battery replaced on my phone, we head for a boat trip that we've booked. A canal trip is definitely worth it, as it's effortless and relaxing, and you get a real sense of the beauty of the city as well as its history.
You see a very beautiful 17th century old pepper warehouse. That's why all the iron bars are in front of the windows. The boat is a little bit too big for it. And I only have a rudder. I don't have any boat thruster, so I have to wriggle it around the corner. So if you hear some strange sounds or feel something,
We did go to the Riijks Museum, although we didn't film inside, but highly recommend it. On one of the days we visited Anne Frank's house museum that I've been to before but Stu hasn't, and it's an absolutely amazing story of her and her family and their friends and the shocking world that they hid from. It's also a very tragic, emotional story. But one word of caution: if you're going, make sure you book in advance. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to film inside, and how they got so many people through the doors and create a tour of what is essentially a townhouse is absolutely amazing. And you can't help but fall in love with Amsterdam. And we loved just following our noses down side streets, and strongly advise that you find time to do this, as there's so much more to see. It's time to head back and leave Amsterdam. There's a final bit of washing and drying out at the back of Harry. We've been away from the van for, a couple of days maybe.
Yeah, because we've been staying at family.
Yeah, and we thought we'd got the spider, and I've just been sat at the chair and I could see there was another spider's web. Oh, there he is, there he is. We thought we got him.
He's about to
Either that or this is Mrs. Spider.
He's about to get off. On
She's a widow.
Right, let me...
Right, come on, we've got one shot at this.
Then, get back.
Oh, I don't know why I'm saying that. Have you got him? Oh! Is he still alive? Yeah. Oh, blessed. Well, not blessed.
He's gone.
Right, have a nice life in Amsterdam. Harry and the campsite proved to be a great base and also a great place to recover at the end of the day and to sit out in the sun and just chill. So yes, go for the day, but even better, go for several days. We'll see you in the next video where we go for a few days tour in a national park that's not far from Amsterdam.